Welcome to Intellipaat's live webinar. Today's webinar is on digital marketing, and we have our expert already with us. Let's get this thing started. We have Mr. Vishal with us today. Mr. Vishal is an experienced marketing professional with over 13 years of experience in the market. He has worked with MNCs like Google and Accenture and carries rich experience in digital marketing, performance marketing, market analysis, and many more things. So today we are gathered around here to listen to the topic on digital marketing strategies that actually work for brands. And Mr. Vishal is here to walk us through that topic. So Mr. Vishal, it's over to you, sir.
Okay. Hey everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. But overall, as mentioned, we are going to talk about digital marketing strategies and essentially some of the strategies that actually work for quite a few brands. So we'll talk about what strategy looks like, what are the different areas of strategy, and then we'll also jump in to discuss some of the examples of how different brands actually leveraged these strategies as well. Without further ado, let's get started with this. So let's look at digital marketing strategies, right? So overall, when you look at digital marketing strategies, there's like first thing you need to understand is like what exactly it is. Second is like how you would actually create one. So we'll go through some of the different steps on creating a digital marketing strategy, and then as I mentioned, like we'll also look at some of the industry examples of various digital marketing strategies. Sorry. Yeah. So we look at some of the industry examples of various digital marketing strategies, right? So, yeah. Now, what is a digital marketing strategy? Basically, a digital marketing strategy is nothing but certain actions that you would want to carry out to accomplish or achieve the goal of the company, right? So, a goal of a company can be anything. It can sometimes it's plain and simple, like increasing revenue, right? I want more money. Sometimes it can be things like getting more users, getting more conversions. It can be getting more people to buy from you. Then it can also be about just creating awareness. So a good example of awareness is Coca-Cola. Oftentimes, the ads that you see about Coca-Cola are related to creating and maintaining the awareness of it, and it's not about making you make the purchase, because the moment you see the brand name, you know that okay, this is something that you got to buy, or this is something that is basically refreshingly good, because that is how they have portrayed the brand, right? So a goal for the business can be different based on what the business is all about, and what they are trying to achieve. So it's not always just about revenue. It can also be like getting more engagement, having more people recognize the brand, creating brand awareness. So there are so many different things, right? So essentially, for a strategy, it's like to first is sort of understand what that goal is, and then based on that, uh, like define certain actions and make sure that those actions are properly carried out so that you're able to accomplish the goals that you have defined. So now let's look at some of the steps on how we can make such a strategy, right? So essentially, when you look at it, we have listed out like 8 steps, but don't take this as the like the bible of how to do it. This is just based on what we have seen and explored. However, this may vary and differ based on your business, what you're trying to achieve, how your business works as well. So there are different areas to it, but in a generic way, these are some of the steps that you will be carrying out, right? So the first step is obviously to understand the context of what your business is all about and understanding the results of it, like what has already happened, what is the history of it, what has been happening so far. The next is you would be look at planning and mapping. This is where you will be like, okay, now you will start to plan out what you're going to do. You're going to map it to different areas. Then you're going to look at audience identification. This is nothing but you trying to identify and recognize what type of audience it is that you're going to focus on. And essentially, audience can be the type of user. Maybe there is some kind of a demographic that you're looking at, what type of region they are in, so many different things, right? Then there is the content strategy. So essentially, once you have identified audience, you would look at what type of content that you want to actually target to them, or essentially like what are you going to focus on them. So a good example for this would be any kind of ads that you see or any kind of advertisements that you see. They are catered towards certain audience. So if maybe you're seeing a recruitment ad, that means that it is catered towards people who are basically fit within that audience, right? Then it's more about selection of an optimized way. So once you have defined your content strategy, you would look at what is the best way to deliver this content. Okay. So we are going to go in depth of all of this. And apart from that, there are also a few more steps, which is essentially judging the parameter selection. So this is more on like what are the different parameters that you would be looking at. And then finally, you would be executing on this with an optimized solution. What this means is uh, for any strategy to work, the execution, like while planning is very important, execution is key to the planning. As strong as your planning is, the stronger the execution, the better the execution, the more uh, fruitful it is going to be. So that is what it is talking about. And finally, after you have executed it, you would be looking at examining, trying to understand what has happened. And based on that, you would update or make changes so that you can work better with that. Okay. Now, let's look at each of these steps in depth so that we can understand like what exactly we are talking about when looking at a digital marketing strategy. Okay, so the first is content exploration and results analysis. So this is where you would like try to go deep into understanding what is already present, exploring data not just about your business but also about your competitors, about the market, about the industry. So you would look at different areas that would work for you, or if there is an area that will work at all, if there is something that will work for you or not. So let's take an example of let's say a fashion store, right? Maybe it's an e-commerce fashion store, and while maybe you have a store offline, you're currently deciding what are the products that you would want to bring online. Essentially, what are the products that you would initially want to focus on, right? Now, obviously, you cannot directly just start to advertise or start to put up like thousands of product or thousands of different categories of product in a single go. So the way that you would start is to identify across your major categories what are the best category that is going to work out based on the competition there is, based on the awareness that is there, and based on what kind of like say searches people are having or what kind of demand people have. And the best part about digital marketing, so this was essentially not very possible in earlier, like when during the traditional marketing days, because you would essentially try to, talk to a few people, get some sample data, and then statistically try to prove like, okay, maybe because this sample is going to say like this is what the product is going to work, probably the like millions of people will also say the same thing. But nowadays, because of digital marketing and because of how data is so out there, it has become very easy for us to get a lot of this data. It has become very easy for us to understand what are the customers looking for, what are the different sources or areas they are looking for. There is something called as keyword research, which is very predominant in digital marketing. You can just like go to any of the keyword research tools. You can type in a keyword. Let's say if you're selling shoes, you just type in shoes and you'll know how many people are searching for it on every month or on a monthly basis. And then what are the different keywords which are similar to it, and how many people are searching for that as well. What kind of demographic is searching for it? What type of, let's say, is it predominantly male or female? Is it, let's say, what age group is searching for it? So all of that data is now available. So that is what this is about. You try to explore the content. You try to understand like what type of customer it is. You try to analyze and get data. You also look at your competitors. And then by utilizing all of these different tools, trends, and insights, you then combine all of that to create an analysis of what exactly it is that you're trying to do. So that is what this is all about. Next, it's about planning and mapping, right? So now you have a bunch of data. So let's continue with the example that we were talking about. So let's say for a fashion store, they are predominantly into different type of clothings. They are into men's category and women's category. They have um, so based on different categories and based on the type of stock that they had, they decided that they want to first focus on some of the let's say t-shirts and tops which are like not gender specific. So what happens over here is, now once you decide that based on the data and all, the next thing that you would do is you would try to build a strategy around it. Now we got to know that we are essentially trying to look at people who are trying to order, let's say, t-shirts, for example. So we would want to understand like what type of t-shirts they want, what type of, let's say, exactly strategy we should be building to achieve it. What are the different goals? So now is the goal going to be that there is already a t-shirt design that is very popular and we just want to get sales for it? Or maybe there is a design that people are not even aware of. So we first want to create that awareness within them. And then once they are aware, they would be making purchase of it. I'm not sure how many of you remember, but in Facebook, you usually see a lot of ads. At one point of time, there was this a type of ad that was very popular with t-shirts, wherein these t-shirts, if you pour liquid on them, the t-shirt would not get spoiled and essentially the liquid would flow off, right? So that is essentially them trying to create an awareness that this type of t-shirt exists, that you can have a coating which does not essentially soak liquid and it does not spoil your t-shirt or clothing. So it depends on what type of strategy that you want to build, what type of product that you have. So accordingly, you would define the goals. You would define like what is the strategy that you want to take, what are the objectives that you want to achieve from that, and then define the uh, like tactics around it. Okay. So next, let's look at audience identification. But overall, when you look at audience, right, there are like so many different things around it. It's like you're basically trying to determine who is the ideal person that you're going to sell to. To give you an example, let's just say you are maybe a brand who is into let's say you're into selling retirement plans, right? So now if you want to sell retirement plans and your ad is essentially focused towards people who are in their college, do you think it will work? It will not, right? Because essentially, both of these are very different. Probably people who want retirement plans will be people who already have jobs and they are probably well settled, but want to make sure that they are sorted for the retirement. But people who are in college, they don't have time to worry about retirement. They are not even started to earn most of the time. So for them, it's like a completely different thing, and they would not even be interested. So essentially, the minute you start to target these people or create content for them, what happens is you're wasting a lot of effort and energy. So for this reason, what happens is when you're trying to build a strategy, you would want to make sure that you have a proper buyer persona. And this persona will tell you like what is the age group that you want to target, what type of interest this particular persona has, and then what is it that they may want to be interested in, or what are the different things that they are interested in. So maybe they, let's say if you're selling retirement plans, maybe your ideal age group is going to be between 25 to 45, And this is just an example, right? Between 25 to 45, and people who are maybe making at least like more than 20 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees or something like that per year. And then you would also have other demographics like living in certain specific cities or regions, and then so forth, right? So all of those different things is where you create a buyer persona. And then you look at carrying out actions for your buyer persona. So now that you know like who your exact buyer persona is, or who this person is that you want to target, you will create messaging for them. You will have in your mind like, okay, this is the person I want to target. So this is the type of ad that you will create, so that it will create a spark in them. It will help essentially make them engage with your ad, or make them engage with your content. So that is all what it is all about. So audience identification is very important. I have seen multiple times companies not being able to carry out properly, and then miss out their entire campaigns, right? So like that's one of the key factors for your essentially digital marketing strategy. Next is the content strategy. So now that you have determined exactly what type of audience you want to work with, what is your strategy around your, let's say, objectives and such, now you can build content for these particular audiences. You can identify like what are the different categories of content that you want to create. You can create a calendar schedule around this content. You can make a social media calendar and identify like what are the different things that you would be looking at. And then based on that, you would be identifying like what is the next action plan. So this can essentially include various things, but essentially this is more on the side of content strategy, so that uh, you essentially make sure that no matter which platform you're on, be it Google search, be it your own website, social media, any platform, right? Your content will be uniform. Your content will be something that is properly targeted and relevant. And at the same time, it is something that is going to help you uh, win your audiences, right? Then you look at selecting the optimized way. So this is nothing but here you would try to make sure that whatever you're doing it in a way that is well optimized based on the resources available, based on what is priority for your business and different things. So essentially, as we were talking, right, you would determine like what it is exactly expected. Now, if a business has, let's say, 1,000 rupees, and they are like, I want 1 million customers, that is not possible, right? So you have to first make sure that there is a right expectation on what kind of yields they are expecting or what the objective is. And then you try to determine like what is the target audience for getting those yields, if it is even possible to get that or not. So let's say if you're saying that you want to get like 1 million customers, but the audiences that you want to target in total in the market, there's only like 1 lakh customers. So that is not going to match, right? First of all, like that's like almost 10% of the actual audience size. And second is, even if that is the case, there is very high chance that you will not be able to convert each of them to be your customers, because customers want choice. Customers want to select something after looking at different options and whatnot, right? So you have to make sure that your target audience is also properly selected based on that. Then you look at the resources allocated. So this is not just about money. This is also about like what are the different content that you have available. If any of the content requires an expert's opinion or not. If let's say whatever technological challenges that you're facing, be it creating your website, implementing the conversion tracking, or be it like utilizing social media with some of the different content types, creation of video. There are so many different things, right? So you will try to prioritize and understand like what are the resources that are allocated and available to make the best out of it. And finally, you will look at the funds available to best utilize the resources, the target audiences, and achieve the expected yield. So basically, we were looking at selection of optimized way, right? So this is where you understand and determine like what is the best way to approach forward. And then you're determining the parameter selection. So what is this? So this is basically what is the KPI that is to be measured. So a KPI is nothing but the key performance indicator. This is the measurement for understanding the yields. So let's say if the KPI for your business is getting conversions. So then you're looking at like how many conversions from which platform. What are the different number of conversions that you're expecting from different audiences? Based on the searches, what kind of conversion volumes that you're looking at? If it is engagement, then same thing for that. If it is viewing a video, so similarly, like there are different parameters, and essentially your success is determined based on this KPI. So if you set a KPI, then whatever you're doing becomes measurable, and that is the beauty of digital marketing, right? Everything is measurable, and you can essentially make sure that you're actually providing value, and which is why digital marketing is booming so much. So this value is exactly how you determine that value is by looking at the KPI and making sure that whatever the KPI metric is added, or you have like set like, okay, this is the metric that you want to achieve, you're achieving that through data. You're not achieving that through sentiment. You're not achieving that through, okay, this person had said so or something, so some kind of a survey, but you're achieving that through proper data. Now once you have done all of that, the next part that comes into play is essentially execution of all of this, right? So based on the platform that you're working with, be it social media, be it let's say a social media page, social media advertisement, be it like a blog article, blogging, or Google ads, search engine, whatever platform that you're looking at, the only way that it would work is making sure that you're executing it in an optimized way. So determining the best practices for it, what works out, and essentially making sure that you have a clear track of how the entire digital marketing, the platform that you're looking at, is functioning these days. Because essentially what happens is there are new rules, there are new ways to do things. Every other week, I have seen a lot of these platforms update their policies on what is right, what is not. Almost every other month, we get a news that Google is paying like millions of dollars. So Google is paying like millions of dollars of fine. Facebook is also paying so many fines and such. The reason that happens is because there is so many different things, right? And what that means is this is an ever-growing field, and there is like a vast amount of data and vast amount of trends that keeps happening. So it is important to make sure that you are aware of these and then implement all of your solutions accordingly. And finally, once you have implemented, you start seeing results and not. And the final thing is to sort of look at these results, analyze them, and see if there is a scope for improvement. Because it's not just when it comes to digital marketing or marketing in general, right? It's not just about executing something, it's also about making sure that it works. And if it does not work, identifying why it does not work and then trying to improve upon it. If it works, great. What more can you do? How can you improve upon it? So it's a ever like never ending cycle, and it always keeps churning. And that is the reason digital marketing as a whole is so popular, and at the same time like so important, because you cannot just start a campaign and just be done with it. You have to keep looking at with ways to improve it. You have to keep looking at ways to grow it. You cannot just be like, okay, you're making $1 million this year and next year you'll just continue to do that. As a digital marketer, your goal should be, this year you're making 1 million. Maybe in the next year you would want to make 1.5. In the next year maybe you would want to make it 3 million. So you have to keep identifying new strategies, better ways, utilize the performance of what you have already done, and then essentially improve upon that, change it, look at better ways to do it. And that is essentially what the essence of it is, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much what digital marketing strategy looks like. So, overall, we looked at these 8 steps, right? Like we looked at content exploration, we looked at the planning, audience, content, the optimized way to go about it, the judging parameter, looking at execution, and finally how we examine and modify. Now, why is this important, right? So it is important because this is how you make sure that whatever you're doing is measurable, which is very important because unless and until you measure something, you don't know if it is working or not. And second is that it is driven, data driven. So when I say measurable and data driven, obviously you can say like it's probably similar, but data driven is where like you try to make decisions based on the data, based on the measure, based on the information that you gather. And finally, you keep up with all the different platforms and try to come up with various creative strategies. So that is what keeps me up, like, or wakes me up every day, right, in the morning. Uh, for me, it's like I want to find out like what is the next best thing I can do. I can be creative. I can try out many different things. I can work with different strategies, even on a smallest platform there is, or even on the biggest platform there is. There's like n number of different ways that you can achieve success. So with that said, like let's look at some of the good digital marketing strategies as well. So we have one strategy from Dominos. I'm not sure how many of you know about this. So this was more predominant in US, but basically they developed a platform called as Dominos Anywhere. Like this is not a spelling mistake or anything. This is the actual name, Anywhere. The reason for this is nothing but a product that can help any audience to order from any possible means or method. So I think this was launched quite a few years back, but basically the main objective of this was to optimize the product delivery and improve audience engagement. I'm not sure how many of you remember, but at one point of time, to order Domino's pizza, we would have to make a phone call. But these days, we can do it through a mobile app, through their website, and we also have a proper tracking. All of that is because of Domino's Anywhere. So essentially, it optimized the way that the entire ordering system works, the way that the ordering is processed by the team the chefs as well, right? The Domino's chefs and whatnot. So all of this is something that they did by embracing technology. And even today, if you like just Google Domino's Anywhere and go to their website, you will actually see that they have implemented this even on smart TVs. On smart TV, you can just say like, I want to order a Domino's cheese toast pizza, and there's a good chance that you'll be able to do that just through voice. You can also do it through, let's say, Google Assistant. You can do it through Siri and so many different platforms. So essentially, Domino's made sure that they are available across these platforms, and that is what this is. So by doing this and by embracing technology, they actually shifted their entire ordering from offline to online predominantly. Before Anywhere, I believe they were getting somewhere around 10% of the orders online, but now it is closer to 70%. That is how strong this is. Now there is Airbnb as well. So Airbnb, their goal was customer. Customer is God. So essentially, what this means is having a proper user experience for the customers. So what Airbnb did is they wanted to make sure that the content that they have is properly optimized towards the specific user. They created different articles for brand awareness. They also uploaded different type of content for better traffic and reach, and essentially creating that awareness, right? So previously Airbnb, the moment you would go to the website, it was more like, okay, it's just about booking a place at someone's home. But they changed the entire perception of that. They said that this is more than that. This is about having an authentic experience in the place that you go. And that has allowed them to actually expand their customer base quite a bit, because when you're visiting some place, that is what most of the users, or basically most of the travelers, look for. So by doing that, they were able to do a lot of, I would say, penetration in the market, the entire, let's say, staying market and hospitality business overall. And this has resulted in not just better sales, but also a lot of good engagement with users on social media, and excellent revenues for them, which we have seen throughout the years. Then there is Apple, and I'm sure like this is something that you have seen at least on a billboard or on some kind of a TV ad or something, but short on iPhone. Short on iPhone. So this is the hashtag, and this is nothing but Apple utilizing social media. As you can see, it's a hashtag, right? Utilizing social media to show one of the major USP of its iPhone, which is its camera, the quality of the camera, and how good of a photos that it takes. We have seen n number of ads around it. We have seen n number of different photos with it, the way that Apple has promoted. And because of that, the number of people who actually bought iPhone just to take photos have also skyrocketed heavily. So before that, people used to like focus on like what are the specs. They would be like Android has better, Samsung has better specs and whatnot. But the minute that they change the focus towards this, they were able to make sure that the customers are no longer confused, and that they get the best experience, not the specification, but the experience. So just by doing that, right, like essentially this campaign went so viral, it's still active. I'm sure you would still see some or the other billboard if you have not seen it already. And essentially it has resulted in like 95% increase in engagement, and over like 231 million in sales in a single financial year. So that is how big and huge it was. And apparently, even people who were not Apple users were also using this hashtag. So that is how massive it was. And finally, there's Uber, right? So, and I'm not sure if any of you have actually shared your Uber referral with anyone. uh, Personally, when Uber had launched, I had done that with some of the people that I know, uh, because of how intuitive it was and how easy it was, right? It was a plain and simple thing. I share a referral, I get a ride, the person also gets a ride. It's a win-win situation. And this essentially helped them improve their presence massively in India. Like this particular program was not just available for us as users, but it was also available for drivers as well. Drivers were also referring others, the driver were also getting incentives and whatnot. So because of all of this, essentially the incentive that was provided by Uber, drivers got a lot of feedback on that. And essentially clients, which is us as users, we got a lot of free rides. All of this helped them in better engagement. People were talking about Uber. They were sharing things about Uber. They were like, okay, like if you want a free ride, like I'll give you a code. Why don't you like go for free on a car or in a cab? So this resulted in like massive boost in their engagement, and even the service distribution, because for them to have good number of drivers meant there are good number of users who would also go for this drivers and faster rides that they would get, right? So these are some of the references, but like overall, when you look at the market, like there are so many different things, there are so many different ways digital marketing has helped, and all of that circles back to the type of digital marketing strategy that you build, the type of understanding that you have of the market, and how you're going forward at that. So, yep, that's pretty much from my side.
And first of all, thank you for joining this session. I hope this session was very fruitful for you guys. So I'll like to take you guys through few of the programs that we have at Intellipaat that will basically support your digital marketing career. Right, but before going forward with it, I would like to know. So we basically have two programs in digital marketing. One is digital marketing job guarantee program, and another program that we have is advanced certification is digital marketing and analytics from CCIIT Madras. Okay, so first of all, I like to take you guys through digital marketing job guarantee program. This particular program is more suitable for people who having 0 to 4 years of experience for basically starting their career. I would say in digital marketing, because this particular course will take you guys through the basics of digital marketing. This will teach you on different basic criterias that you people need to learn while starting your career in digital marketing. So this particular program is designed in such a way that a person is ready for the industry. The hands-on experience are provided to the people, and you guys learn those particular topics, and those particular sector sections are covered over here, which will actually prepare you for the industry as of now to start your career with. Right, so we'll not get very much into details where you will learn a lot of things which might be suitable for you in the upcoming future. But to start your career in digital marketing, this particular program will take you through those particular topics, which will make you industry ready. So the learning pattern that we follow is a learning format is online bootcamp. So we'll have live classes. This program is going to be 7 months long, and we are providing 100% job guarantee. So after the course completion, that is after 7 months, there will be another 7 months where we'll be helping you guys to get a job. And within next 7 months after your course completion, if we do not we are not able to help you land a job, then 100% amount will be refunded. That is what we mean by job guarantee program, right? There will be industry mentors who will be helping you guys whenever you guys have any queries, whenever you are going through this particular course. And you can see the key highlights: 7 months of applied learning, 43 hours of self-paced learning. So self-paced learning is recorded videos which will be provided to you guys, which you can use at your own convenience to revisit the concepts that have been taught during the live courses. Industry projects and case studies, like I said, we focus more on hands-on projects so that you get practical experience, not just theoretical experience. So we have a lot of industry projects and case studies. 100% job guarantee within 7 months of course completion, 24/7 support, 50 plus live sessions will be there in this 7 months of learning. Learn from top industry practitioners. So this particular course will be entirely taught by industry mentors. Industry experts will be taking the classes. 1:1 industry interaction with the industry mentors whenever you have any queries, whenever you have any doubts, and during the classes as well. Career services by Intellipaat, where we'll be helping you guys build in your LinkedIn profile, your resume, help you land a suitable job according to your experience. So we have our own dedicated job portal where even you can apply to different companies. We have 500 plus hiring partners. And then this particular program is designed for working professional and freshers. Like I said, for professionals who are holding 0 to 4 years of experience, this program is suitable for those particular people. If I take you through the curriculum, we are covering marketing principles and strategies, SEO, paid marketing like social media marketing over Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, social media optimization, content and email marketing, brand marketing and PR communications, Google Analytics. It is one of the core concepts of analytics as well, but we are not getting into too details analytics part over here. Regarding the analytics of digital marketing, we'll be covering that in another course, which I'll be taking you guys through after a short while. And after that, we have a module 8 Google Tag Manager, and conversion. So this is the curriculum, and I guess you guys are aware, you guys can see and realize that this particular program is mostly designed for people who are holding 0 to 4 years of experience, so that you guys can get a job, land a job, and start your career in digital marketing. So I'll be taking you guys through another course. This course is provided by CCIT Madras, Advanced Certification in Digital Marketing and Analytics. So you see that we have focused a bit more on analytics part here as well, along with digital marketing. So I'll say this particular program is more suitable for people who are working in this particular domain from the beginning itself, and they have experience in marketing, digital marketing, and they would like to be more useful for their company, grow up the ladder in the corporate, in their own company, or maybe in the other organization as well, right? With the help of analytic skills along with digital marketing, to make a better decision, to make better decisions for the company using their analytic skills, and to come up with better digital marketing solutions using their analytic skills. So this particular program, I would say, focus more on analytics along with digital marketing, and this particular program would be more suitable for people who previously have experience in the digital marketing segment itself. This program is 6 months long, right? Career services will be provided by Intellipaat in this particular course as well. We'll be providing you guys with assured interviews in this particular course, and the certification would be provided by CCIT Madras, right? Like I said, we have our own job portal, so that job portal will be available for the learners in both the courses, where 500 plus hiring partners that we have collaborated with will be posting their job openings, where you can directly apply as well, and our career counselors will be helping you guys get through a job as well. Taking you through the program again, it's the key highlights are almost similar, but there is a difference. The short difference, the minor difference over here is 40% of the lecture in this particular course, in this particular curriculum, will be taken by the IIT Madras faculty, and the remaining 60% will be taken by the industry experts. Like I mentioned, 3 guaranteed interviews are provided by Intellipaat in this course as well, and that is the minimum number that we are giving you, 3 guaranteed interviews. It can be more than that as well, definitely. Apart from that, the industry projects and case studies are same. Course duration is a month shorter, 50 plus live sessions here as well, right? And 2 days campus immersion at IIT Madras is also available, which is completely an optional one. It's completely up to you whether you guys want to opt it or not, but definitely that option is also available, where you guys can visit a campus and interact with the professors, faculties over there as well, and the peers as well, right? Taking you guys through the curriculum of this course. So we are covering a lot of topics in this course. Like I said, it is for people who have a bit of experience in this particular domain and are looking forward to upskill themselves, right? So we are covering SEO, search engine optimization, understanding business problems, marketing principles, marketing mix decisions, brand marketing and PR communications, marketing analytics, social media optimizations, video marketing, paid marketing, email marketing. So if you see, this paid marketing, email marketing are in different segments and different modules here, because we are covering it in much more detail. Landing pages, affiliate marketing, content marketing and influencer marketing, and a separate topic for digital marketing analytics and strategy and ROI measurement. So these are 14 modules that we are covering in this particular program. So the minor differences between both the programs, like I have mentioned, I'll repeat it again. The first program, the digital marketing job guarantee program, is more suitable for people with 0 to 4 years of experience, right? Even if it is from another domain, that is completely fine, because we'll be taking this program as from the beginning itself. We'll be teaching the modules from the beginner's point of view. And if we talk about people who have experience in this particular domain itself and want to upskill themselves, I'll suggest this CCIT Madras program, Advanced Certification in Digital Marketing and Analytics. The course duration for both the program is almost similar, that is 6 months and 7 months. Both are live classes, live online bootcamp program. So learning format is similar in both the cases. Support and services that we are providing is same in both the cases. The minor differences, 2 differences are there. First is a job guarantee program, right? And another is where we provide minimum 3 guaranteed interviews. Second difference, the entire course of digital marketing job guarantee program will be taken by industry mentors, industry experts, and the second program, advanced certification in digital marketing and analytics by CCIT Madras. In this particular course, 40% of the lecture will be taken by IIT Madras professors, faculties, and the remaining 60% will be taken by industry experts.
So thank you guys. It was a great session. You have been a great audience. Mr. Vishal's session was good, I hope. So stay connected with Intellipaat for further sessions and further webinars. Thank you guys.